Hello class, this is Achieng Owako, and this week for my persuasive speech I will be talking about a little courtesy won't hurt. Courtesy is very important because many of us go through life rushing and running. We're on the highway and we sometimes forget to step aside and move to the byway, take time, smell the roses, appreciate life, appreciate the breath, the fresh breath of air that we breathe in. Appreciate just what is next to you. Appreciate the fact that we have 2 feet and 2 hands and many things that we take for granted. And basically this speech is gonna help us, I believe, by the end of it, to just be a little more courteous, one, to ourselves, and two, to the people around us. And one of the things that I would like to point out is courtesy is very infectious, and courtesy can open up doors for you that you never thought were possible. I will bring to mind one of the visits I had to a recent store when I was trying to purchase a new phone. One of the phones that I had just would hang up on me right in the middle of a conversation or right in the middle of a text message and something. So I went to this one store and they were so rude to me, and I said, you know what, I don't have to take my business there. But then when I left, I said, you know what, I wasn't kind to the person as well, because they were trying to tell me something and I was so focused on I did not want that phone. I wanted a different phone, and I wasn't really interested in what she was trying to tell me about what I could do to remedy the situation. In my mind, I was like, I'm the one who's stuck up with this phone, so you cannot tell me that I'm stuck up with a 2-year contract and I don't want to listen to what you have to say. This is what I want. I want a new phone. I don't want this phone anymore. And at the end of the day, when we could not agree on something, I left. And after going home and thinking over it, and the next day I went to a different store and I said, you know what, I'm going to be courteous. I'm going to listen to what they have to say, and I'm going to be as polite as I can. I'm going to go out of my way to be polite. So I walked into one of the AT&T stores and I said, you know what, I have a problem with this phone. And in the middle of a text message or in the middle of a conversation, it will just go off for no apparent reason. There's no network issue or something, or someone has hit it or anything. It just, that's it, goes off. And he looked at me and he says, so what would you like us to do? And I said, what do you propose that I should do? And listening to him and going out of my way to just be nice, even when after half an hour I was getting irritated, I was like, I'm going to be nice about it. I'm really going to be nice about it. And I was really polite. And at the end of it all, after about an hour, I think, and 15 minutes, of going back and forth and trying to explain and see what was wrong with the phone and stuff, and he says, okay, why don't you walk around the store and pick a phone that you like? I said, cool. So I went around trying to look for a phone, and he says, why don't you take the iPhone? I said, what are you talking about? And I said, if I'm going to do a trade-in this for a different phone, then the iPhone is way up there in terms of price comparisons. And he says, you don't worry, for the inconvenience that we have caused you, and you've been here for 1 hour and 15 minutes going into an hour and a half, we will do the trade for you. We will give you an iPhone for the phone that you have. I was ecstatic. I said, oh my goodness. And he says, you were very polite about it and you were very kind. You didn't get agitated or threaten us that you're going to leave and go to Verizon or something. And in my heart, I thought, you do not know what I was thinking. In my heart, I said, oh my goodness, I was about to cuss you out. I was about to tell you, you know what, I would be doing something else with the 2 hours, that I am going to end up spending at this store. But when he said that, I was amazed, and I said, you know what, a little courtesy does go a long way. And I left with an iPhone and a free case and a free jawbone to go with it. And I realized at that particular point, that was my aha moment. And I said, you know what, it doesn't matter how much stress is out there. It doesn't matter what comes at you. I determine how I will react to it. And my reaction will determine the outcome of the situation. And based on that, I made a conscious decision to be polite, to be courteous, and to walk around life looking for opportunities where I can extend a hand of politeness, where I can extend a good gesture to different people. Another incident I remember is visiting one of the government offices, and I smile when I talk about the government offices because they're some of the most difficult offices you go to, and many times I know I have to prepare myself and just go through this battle within my mind of, I don't care what happens today, I'm going in there and I'm coming out with what I purposed, and I'm not gonna lose my temper, or I'm not gonna get upset. And I walked into the DMV, and the queue was an hour and a half long. The line was so long. It was unbelievable. And I sat back and I said, you know what? I'm going to make a good thing out of a bad situation. And I got in line, and people were making all sorts of noise and all that stuff. But I said, you know what? I am going to stay in line. And I remember a couple of people behind me, almost 20 people or something behind me, was this old lady, and she was just having such a rough time. She couldn't walk properly, and she had her walker on, and I said, oh my goodness, you know. And I really felt bad because she joined the line, and the security guard was like, ma'am, you can sit down, but just mark who you are behind so that you can get in line behind them. And I just felt so bad because it broke my heart, you know, to see her that way, and in her 70s. And I said, oh my goodness. And the line kept progressing, and right about the time when I was almost at the front, I talked to the person in front of me and behind me, and I said, you know what, it pains me that that lady has to wait 30 more people behind me. I've been in the queue for an hour and a half, and is it okay if she comes here, and then I will go take her spot? And so I was two people behind the counter, and so I said, okay, why don't you come here and take my spot, and I will take your spot. And then she's like, no, but I have to, you know, make the line. And everyone looked at me like, you're crazy. And I said, no, my conscience just killed me to see her, you know, there. And I'm here. It's bugged me since she walked in, and she picked a number like 25 people behind me. So I said, that's all right. I'm going to wait in line. And so I did. She went right in front of me, and I took her spot. But the most interesting thing that happened is when she took my spot and she went ahead, the lady at the counter asked me, what are you here for? And I said, I'm here to return plates. And she says, just to return plates? And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, if it's okay with everybody else, I'm going to take her plates, and I'm going to let her jump the queue. And I looked and I said, no, ma'am, it's okay. I'm going to stay in line. And she says, no, you're just, you know, bringing in your plates. So I will do it for you. Why don't you come in front? And I will do it. And I hesitated, but then later on, I conceded to doing it because I was like, okay, fine. I just didn't want to get in anyone's way, but everybody in the queue was like, no, you deserve it because you were willing to go back there. So go ahead. Since you're only bringing in plates, it's not like you're going to keep the queue, or you're waiting to go in line for a new license or something. And I was amazed. The lady in the counter was glowing, and she was so nice to me, and she was so kind to me. And she said, you know what, we need a few more people like that. And I said, I didn't even think about it that way. I didn't do that because I wanted to look good or anything. And in my heart, I said, I purposed to do good. I purposed that I was going to go out of my way to do good. And it's working. It's got a lot of benefits to it because I'll lay down at night and I will sleep. I have peace. I have a joy unspeakable. I cannot even express it. People say, you know, you've changed in the past couple of months. What is it? What is it? And I say, I have made a conscious decision that I'm going to be nice to myself and nice to those around me. And I am the one who's reaping all the benefits because I many times in the past, like if I wanted to take a break or if I wanted to rest, um it would be, I would be like, let me take an Advil because my head is pounding. Let me take an Advil, or let me just lie down and do this. But now I am able to just stand still and just take a deep breath, and it's all gone. I can't remember the last time I took a medication for a headache. I can't remember the last time when I just sat down with friends and said, you know what, we're gonna have chocolate and we're gonna have tea. And I do that now every single day. I say, you know what, I am worth it. I deserve it. I'm courteous to myself. I sit back and I say, you know what, you deserve it. And I acknowledge myself, and I acknowledge a lot of the things that I took for granted. I'm courteous to me. I'm courteous to everybody around me. At the grocery store, I go out of my way to be courteous. I go out of my way to say, have a good day. I go out of my way to say thank you for serving me to the cashiers. And now that brings me to another point. I was at Kohl's the other day when they were reopening, and I was at the cashiers getting ready to pay, and then we realized that I had coupons in my wallet that had expired in June. Because I had really been courteous to her, to the cashier, and just telling her, you know what, I appreciate you working so late and just taking your time to stand the whole day. I mean, we're not the easiest people. Customers are not the easiest people. But I thank you that you're able to just stand here and keep a smile, customer after customer after customer. And today has been a grueling day because you have been standing non-stop for like 3, 4, 5 hours. And one of the people, I heard a conversation that one of the people who was supposed to come in the evening shift didn't come, so she had to work the shift straight. And while I was just chatting her up as I looked for my coupons and telling her, you know what, we really appreciate what you do for us, and the fact that you're able to keep a smile after all this is really, you know, commendable. And as I was looking through my purse, and I found these coupons that I had never, you know, seen or knew were there. And she said, you know what, we're going to honor them. We are going to honor the coupons. And this is 2 days ago. And I was just over the moon. And she says, you know what, I'm just going to call my manager and I'm going to explain it to them, and just say you forgot about them. I mean, this is Kohl's. And I said, this is the only store I really come to shop because I like the different deals that I can get there. And they said, you know what, we're going to honor every last dollar that is in the expired coupons. And I went home a happy person. And now I have a motto that I will go out of my way. I will be a little courteous. I will go out of my way. If I find somebody has dropped a little piece of wrapper or garbage in front of me, and the cleaner is behind trying to clean up, I will pick it up before the cleaner gets to it. Because for me, I feel it's not, I have nothing to prove to anybody. I just have a joy within me. I have this thrill within me. The only person I have to prove anything to is myself. And the results are phenomenal. And so today I just ask each and every one of you, go out every morning and purpose to be courteous, not only to yourself, but to every single person that you encounter. Go out of your way to smile at somebody, to give a smile. Go out of your way to just do something good. Do something good. Do something good. And believe me, the results are going to be dynamic. One of the things that I recall now that I am deciding to go out of my way to do things is I remember picking up the tab for somebody at Starbucks recently, and they said, why would you do that? I said, for no apparent reason. I just want you to have a beautiful day. And why would you want me to have a beautiful day? And I said, because you deserve it. And I left them there standing perplexed. And I go out of my way now. Even when I'm buying a drink at the local store and the cashier has been standing, and I'll be like, would you like a drink? Would you like me to buy you a Coke? Because the fridge is right in front of you. Would you like me to, buy you a Coke? You could ring it up, put it on my tab, and then just keep it there and drink it as the day goes. And they're in shock because people rarely do good things for each other now. But I thank God that I got that aha moment, and I got it from my friend who told me, you know what? This is the new lease of life that you will get when you go out of your way to be good, to be nice, when you go out of your way to just make life a little more comfortable for other people, make life a little more comfortable for yourself, accommodate yourself, accommodate people, and then don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to say, you know what, I was wrong. Don't be afraid to do it. And as a result of that, I find myself shouting less often. Even with my family, I shout less often. Before I used to shout, and I wasn't necessarily being heard as much as they would listen to what I'm saying, but they weren't hearing me. But now I don't yell. I don't have to yell to nobody. I don't have to, go through this motions to make myself heard, make myself known. There's a calmness, there's a balance in me. And I believe that balance has come by appreciating me and appreciating other people. So a little courtesy won't hurt, and it will go a very long way. And I hope that after this speech, you'll be persuaded to wake up tomorrow morning and the day after and purpose in your mind to say, you know what? This is going to be a good day. It is a good day. And I'm going to go out of my way to put a smile not only on my face, but on one other human being out there. And I wish you all the best. And then do let me know as well, the impact and the benefit it has for you. Thank you. Bye.